Today we're building a massive home in The Sims 4 worth over 6 million simoleons. My plan before filming this was actually 5 million simoleons, but I just finished building and she big. This build is actually part of a series on my channel called Bloomcrest, where I built something on every single lot in Newcrest, which is an empty world that comes with The Sims 4, but each lot I built had to increase in price. So we started with a literal tent and increased our budget as we made our way through the world. Now we're gonna be finishing the final lot in the final neighborhood here, and the thing about this neighborhood, every build here in this particular area is over 1 million simoleons at least. So these are really big homes. This has been a huge project, but here's the thing. I finished every single lot in this world about a year ago, except for this one. Because, and if you don't care why, feel free to skip ahead and just watch the build, but I did not finish the final lot in Bloomcrest until now, a whole year later, because honestly, this series burnt me out bad. So bad, I didn't want to build anything after this. I think in part because while I was filming this series last year, I was in the process of moving. And on top of that, the thing about building homes in The Sims 4 with these massive budgets is they take over like 14 hours for me to complete. And you can't stop. It's not like a regular build where you can stop once you're happy with it. Oh no. With a big budget build like this, you'll be finished or like happy with it, but you still have to sit there and complete it for like 8 more hours to hit that budget. I'm not saying I don't enjoy doing builds like this, by the way, I do, but I like giving you guys content that I feel excited about, and it just took a while for me to feel ready to tackle this beast again. So I definitely needed to walk away from this for a little bit, but now I want to finish this. All right, so here we are on the final lot here. It's the biggest one in this neighborhood. Right next door, we've got the 3 million simoleon house, we've got the 2.5 million simoleon theater across the street, and the $2 million house right here. But today we're gonna be building for Willow Vine. She owns the majority of the big properties here in Bloomcrest, so obviously she's got a lot of money. And up until this point, a lot of the lots that we've built have been very wholesome, a little bit of like cottagecore kind of feel. But I think Willow Vine inherited a lot of her money, or there's something behind the scenes that just doesn't really sit right. So I want the outside of this house to obviously like fit the vibe of the rest of the world, but on the inside, we might be looking at more of like a modern take. She's very stylish, she's very extra and lavish, loves expensive things. So the house is definitely gonna reflect that, but first we're gonna need a really big shell. I'm using the highest wall height for the lower floor, and I'm kind of just winging it at the moment. I'm just gonna try and take up as much of the lot as I possibly can here. Maybe we can extend this part like over this way, maybe something coming out there like that. Actually, it might be fun if we did like a diagonal portion here. So I'm gonna take my custom room tool and I think I'm just gonna bring it out like this way. And then in the back here, I'm gonna have 2 bump outs that are gonna match the ones in the front. This is gonna look so weird until we're done. I'm definitely gonna have to come in here and adjust a little bit. Okay, first floor looking like this. For the second floor, I think I'm gonna build a big square all the way over this way. Maybe on the sides, I'll bring out the bump outs, but I'm trying to keep in mind all the balconies and everything. We'll maybe have a balcony here. I did want to have a balcony at the front too. So I'm going to turn on my grid, pressing G on the keyboard. I'm going to take the flat square and we're just going to put that on top of here like that for now. And then I'm just going to follow part of the shell that I've made here all along the rest of the second floor. I built these over here with the balcony in mind. So I'm going to bring the balcony out. Let's like bring it out all the way over. So we'll have a huge balcony right here. It'll kind of wrap around that way as well. But I'm going to bring out these bump outs too. I'm telling you guys, this is gonna look so weird until we've got the roofing on. So there is the second floor, and for the third floor, I think I'm gonna leave room for another balcony here at the front. So that balcony can go like right in the middle there. This is such a weird way to be building a shell right now. Again, just following some of the second floor, and I'm leaving room for roofing. We can maybe do another third floor balcony right here. And then for the final floor, which is the fourth floor, this might look very weird, but I'm gonna draw 4 towers. So for our shell right now, this is what it's looking like at the front, and then going along over to the back, this is what it's looking like here. Let's start to roof it. I can already feel my game kind of struggling a little bit. So okay, starting from the top, let's start easy. I'm gonna grab a hipped roof, and I'm just gonna put that on all 4 corners here. I'm gonna hold on to the hipped roof, and I'm gonna put that along this square here. So just all the way along like that. And then I'm gonna grab a gabled roof piece, and I'm gonna put that right in the center here. We're gonna pull that over to the edges to make it a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna pull it all the way along to the back. Right now that's looking a little crazy. We're gonna have to go in and play with the angles, so I might bring that one down a little bit, and I think I want these here to be a little higher. This is gonna look like a freaking castle. Okay, I'm gonna take this and we're going to put it onto the tiny bump out at the front, adjust it, and we're gonna copy that and bring it over to this side. This here is a balcony, so I don't want to accidentally roof those. I'm gonna put a fence on where I know the balconies are gonna go. The one I'm using is from Discovery University, so we'll put that here for now too. And all along this back part here, I think I wanted one up here too. We're gonna bring that roofing that we had in the front all the way to the back. And okay, top 2 floors done. I'm gonna use a half-hipped roof here, and we're gonna put that right on that bump out. We're gonna adjust it all the way to the end. And actually, I think I can copy and paste that over to this side too. Then for right here, I should be able to use one of the roofing pieces we had up top. This is gonna get so confusing. We can do the same thing over here. And then for the rest of it, I'm just gonna copy and paste that and bring it all the way over like that. Okay, second floor complete. I just have these back parts to worry about, so I'm gonna use a half-hipped roof here for both sides and just a smaller little roof piece right here. Okay, final thing we have to roof is honestly, I think just this diagonal part, which I think I'm gonna go in again with a hipped roof piece. So just gonna put the diagonal version on there. We're gonna pull it all the way across, stopping maybe here because I can fill out this part with another one of these, I think. We can actually even hide that a little bit better in there. Okay, this is looking pretty good right now, but I do want to add that little bit of extraness. We're gonna add another tower. I think I'm gonna put one right here near the diagonal. And you know what? We're gonna add even one more. We're gonna do a tower right here. I'm gonna bring the same roofing onto there, and ooh, I love it so far. Okay, next we're gonna raise this up on a foundation, and looking at my price, we have not even spent 100,000 yet. It's more so gonna come in when we add in all the details and stuff, but I'm gonna take the same fence that we're using and we're gonna build out sort of an entryway. This is gonna wrap around probably the entire front part here. We can maybe bring it out to the front like this. We're gonna have like massive, elegant like stairs at the front. Maybe we can even bring it out a little bit like this, and we'll just connect it on and that'll add our flooring. Yeah, this part I think I want to come out a little bit more. So something just like at the front there like that. And in the back is gonna be kind of the same thing. I want a lot of room for like activities, outdoor space. So we're just gonna bring that out in like a similar way, maybe even just wrapping around like that for now. And while I've got the fence tool open, I do want to add some of our beloved base game pergolas. With my grid on, I'm gonna just follow out here, following the shape of the fence, and then we're gonna fill in those extra gaps with the base game fence. We'll add these really expensive columns here from Get Famous. These are probably gonna go everywhere, and I don't really know what color scheme I want to go for yet, so I'm just gonna add them in white. For roof paint, I'm trying this out here. I'm using 2 different types of roof paint, both from Eco Lifestyle. I'm using this one here and this one, and I feel like the difference in wallpaper is very subtle, but it does add like a little bit of extra texture. So I think I'm gonna roll with that for a minute. And then on the points, obviously, like I said, this is gonna be so extra. So we're going in with these here from Get Famous, and I'm just gonna put that on all of the points of our towers. Also looking through Get Famous, I found these archways, which I think I'm gonna shrink and put onto the build somehow. These are 800 simoleons each, and we are now in the money spending phase. With the shell done, now our focus is money. So I'm gonna put those on there in the white swatch for now. We might go in and change all of this later, but I'm kind of just trying to see what works at the moment. We can put these along the back too. I love how in the background there's that fountain going. It's just adding to our aesthetic here. We're gonna stick those on there, and I think we're gonna make them pretty big. I'm gonna copy them so we've got like 3 different ones going on here, maybe like that. And then in the back, we're gonna do the same thing. And these are like actually taking up a decent amount of money here. So I think I'm gonna extend that one a little more. We're gonna add some pricey railings on there. There we go. And maybe next we can start to tackle the wallpaper. So for expensive wallpaper, I'm looking at these ones again from Get Famous. It's gonna be a big theme here. And for now, I'm just gonna put that everywhere. That can be our base. There are a lot of little hiding spots for this wallpaper in here. Maybe we'll get some foundation paint on there. And I think next I'm gonna try and add the trim. Since I have really tall wall heights on the bottom floor, we can go in with the really pricey ones. Ooh, maybe we could even use this one in white from Vampires. Actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that instead. It's not really wanting to go on there naturally because of the fence, so I'm holding shift on my keyboard to literally just go like wall by wall with this. I've added some marble flooring along the bottom here, and with all our trim, we are officially past our first 100,000. Long way to go, but we're getting somewhere. All right, next I think we should start to add the windows. I know we have this one here. This is 305 simoleons, so I'm considering putting that all along the bottom floor. So I'm just gonna keep adding these along where I think there should be a window. We can open up this back part here. I like how they look in between these archways too. We'll do them at the front. So I think they look cute along the bottom floor. I'm very happy with this shell that we picked. It's not so big that it feels like overwhelming, but it's still absolutely massive. And if we need to, we can also probably have to make a basement. All right, our windows are complete. For the top floors here, I used actually just base game windows. Same as some of my balcony doors. Those are from base game. And then for the door on the main level, I used this one here from Discover University. I also changed the wallpaper to like a darker swatch. We definitely needed a little bit of contrast. And as you can see with the flooring, I'm starting to carve out areas for landscaping, which is where we're gonna go next. And now the real money spending begins. So in the back, I definitely want to add a pool. So I think I'm gonna put one over here. What if it was in the shape of like a diamond? Like maybe we bring it up a little bit like this. I mean, we kind of got it. We'll move it back into the corner so I still have room for like lounge chairs and stuff back there. We're definitely going to be changing the color of the pool. That'll take up some money. And a little hack, we're going to take the flooring that costs a lot and we're going to put that at the bottom of the pool. We're also going to take our brick and we'll put that in there as well. Adding the pool trim. We're going to start landscaping around the pool. And since the foundation is so high, I feel like we're going to have to cover it a little bit. So I'm going in with these base game trees and shrinking them and kind of just following along that like foundation. Maybe the final one here can be a bigger one. And then to hide that even further, we could go in with these from Vampires and I'm gonna put those along the back too. The whole world of Bloomcrest is very planty. It's literally in the name. So we're gonna go above and beyond with all this landscaping, just like we've been doing through the entire series. I'm gonna line along the back here where I put those trees with some flowers, but I do want to leave a space here for like lounge chairs, somewhere for people to hang out by the pool. Maybe we could even turn like that portion of the house into like a pool house or something, or like an inside pool with showers. But for now, I'm gonna add these lounge chairs here, and I think I'm gonna put a couple of them over to this side as well. We'll put a big umbrella in between the two. And one running thing that I used a lot through all of these builds was these barrels, because they're literally 1,000 simoleons each. I'm gonna use them here for end tables. We'll try and find some expensive like outdoor lighting to put around them. And you know what I think we could do, which could be like a sneaky little hack? We could literally add grass flooring to the grass itself. We're gonna find that we're gonna need to find a lot of sneaky ways to spend all this money. So I'm literally gonna be covering every exposed grass part with the grass flooring. It actually doesn't look as weird as I thought it would. We're gonna use these stones here to make a pathway. Since I can't use terrain paint with the flooring, that might be the catch here. It might look a little bit weird without that. I'm a big fan of the terrain paint. Okay, so bring that all the way over to these chairs here. Looking cute. And we're spending money here, but we're not spending it as quickly as I would like. So I have an idea. We're going to make a gold-plated pool floor. Here's how. I've got debug open. We're going to use these gold bars here from My First Pet Stuff. They're 6,000 simoleons each. We're gonna page down all the way down into the basement level so we can get to the bottom of the pool. And I'm going to line the entire pool floor with these. This is going to take probably like an hour for me to do, but I'm literally going to be lining them up like this all along the bottom. And it's going to be especially annoying since these are debug items. I can't like shift click. I have to manually like click on the item every time. So I'm going to finish up this pool floor here and I'll see you guys on the other side.
1 hour later.
Oh my gosh, this is taking up way more money than I expected. I'm not even done and look how much of our budget it took. I think we might have to up our budget because of this hack. This one might be too good. And I was planning on covering the entire thing, but I feel like I shouldn't do that. Just like that, we are under 3 mil. Yeah, there's no way we can keep the $5 million budget. Maybe we can up it to 6, but even then, like I feel like once we go inside, we might even pass 6. The most expensive house I've ever built is actually the most expensive one on the Sims 4 gallery. I think it was us over like 14 million simoleons. So the sky is the limit. I think we're just gonna erase the budget and go as high as possible, obviously passing the 6 million. So for the interior, we're gonna be going crazy expensive. Let me know any ideas you guys have for room ideas or just things that'll eat up a lot of money. Let's crush this budget. Okay, yeah, this entire pool put us under 2 mil. This ended up being way more expensive than I thought. We're gonna add a couple other things here. Like I want to add a pool ladder. Obviously, we can add like a diving board. We'll put the diving board right here. And okay, we need to move on from this crazy area. Let's go across over to this side. And over here, I think I want to add a literal river to our house. And I did say I thought there was maybe something going on with Willow, the owner of the house. And I feel like a plot twist could be that she is really big into gambling. She's very superstitious, which is why we can have a wishing well over here. She likes to test her luck with that. Maybe the wishing well is in part where she got some of her money. And because of her gambling and her superstition, I feel like it would be interesting to first of all have a casino in there. Like once we furnish the house, I feel like a casino could be a really fun idea, but it could also be a way for us to add superstitious things like around the house that don't really make sense otherwise. For example, we have these little guys which come from vending machines in Snowy Escape. Maybe she tries her luck with those all the time and these are the result. And now she likes to pay tribute to them by leaving them in her garden, almost like gnomes, but in gold statue form. And Willow thinks that these bring her luck. Maybe we can also put them like along the wishing well, like around it. Oh, it'd be cute if they were like sitting on it too. Like we can raise them up and put them on there like that. I told you guys she was extra, but that could actually look kind of cute. And also, since her name is Willow Vine, we're gonna need to have a willow tree. Like we just have to. We're probably gonna have multiple. So maybe we can put that near the well, but we can also put some of them in the front. So like I'll put one right here maybe. I know there's one in Cottage Living Debug. There is, but it's 0 simoleons. You know what? It's okay. We can add the 0 simoleon tree right at the front. It's just fitting. On top of that, I know fountains can be pretty pricey. So I'm gonna add the one from Romantic Garden Stuff right underneath that willow tree. That'll be a super pretty area in live mode once it's all landscaped. I've added this lighting here around the entire thing. This one is from Get Famous, and I'm starting to add these here. They're $800 balconies, so I'm just gonna be putting them where I think the house could use it. So maybe like on there like that. We can bring these around to the back too. Maybe like up here at the top. And I think we can start to add our final items to the exterior, like on the balconies and stuff. And since we're going with like the gambling kind of vibe, I'm definitely gonna be adding chessboards. These are also 1,000. With these $900 chairs around, I'm gonna be adding a bunch of these plants here. These are like 500 each. Probably gonna go overboard with these a little bit. I feel like they just fit in like these corners. We could put a piano out front. I really like this one from My Wedding Stories. It has a super pretty like design on the top, so we could put that like right in the middle here. Maybe with some microphones in case we want to have someone like performing out here. Also in the back, I was considering putting this archway from Romantic Garden Stuff like around the door there. And I think I might bring that to the front too. With like those hanging plants around it, it's just gonna make it look a little bit more grand. We'll find some expensive benches for out here. Maybe these ones. These are from the Desert Lux kit. Looking fancy. What other kinds of games could we put? Oh, on the inside, we can definitely use these. These are expensive. I'm excited to build a casino. Maybe that can go in the basement. Oh, but Journey to Bed 2 actually has this. The Sabak table. They can kind of gamble with that, so I feel like that should go on one of these balconies. Maybe we'll put it right at the front. They like to gamble and watch the city go by. Gamble while watching people enter the huge theater that's over there that they own. We need a hot tub. We need a bar. I feel like the hot tub could maybe go on this left balcony over here. I'll just like squeeze that into this corner here. And then what if over on this balcony, we also had like a dartboard? That actually fits quite nicely right in this little corner here. What else? Oh, the foosball table. We could fit that right here, like in there like that. This is actually working out pretty well. Maybe we can add a rug, and there is that part there. I haven't even added any nights yet. We're definitely going over budget. I still don't really have like an outdoor dining space, so maybe I could put that over here by the pool. We can maybe do like a picnic table right here in the corner with, of course, a cute little picnic basket on there. We're gonna get the most expensive barbecue, which is this one, and we'll just put that like right here. What else is expensive? Oh, this telescope is over 1,000. I could maybe do like a little telescope spot. Right here could be cute. We'll just put it right up against the fence there, and then maybe I could add like 2 chairs. Maybe these ones here from the Desert Luxe kit. We're on a roll now. I have been spending money left and right. Oh wait, I forgot how expensive these trees were. Maybe I can replace some of these plants here with the bigger ones. We'll eat up a little bit more money that way. And also if I could put them like outside somewhere, maybe I could put some here and we could even like shrink that plant so it stays in there. That looks kind of cute. Okay, this back part here is getting kind of crazy. I need to start focusing on the front. I definitely like having most of the recreational stuff in the back, but we can still add little details here and there like these from high school years. Just adding like a little bit more detail onto the actual house. What else? Oh, these are 800. We could put these like lining the entryway here. These are fountains from vampires. We'll add some more barrels around because why not? We'll add more of the seating here at the front too. And I made these fountains in the front. I still haven't added any like water emitters to those. So we're gonna stick those in there, and in live mode, those are gonna come alive and look really cool. I think I'm gonna cave and buy the knights. I was considering not doing it, but since our budget now is like the sky is the limit, we may as well, especially since there is like a lot going on in this build, obviously, but I still have room for like a lot more. So why not at this point? As final items to kind of pull this together, I'm adding some statues in the garden. I kind of want to get under that like million there, to be honest, so that we have spent like 4 million on this exterior. So I might add another fountain here. The fountains are kind of like a rolling theme outside. I feel like they could represent luck, so it does tie in here. The final thing I'm gonna do back here, basically just because I'm motivated to get it underneath the million, is add in some gold frogs. Some of these are like very expensive. This one is 10,000 simoleons, and so is this one. And I'm just gonna add some of these around our pond. Basically just enough to get us under the 4 million mark. I'm just putting them on the rocks. I think they look kind of cute. We should only need a couple more of these, and there we go. That should put us under 4 million simoleons we have spent on this entire exterior. That is crazy to me. We are definitely going to have to up this budget. I'm thinking our goal could be like 8. I don't even know where we're gonna get with this. But here is our multi-million-dollar mansion in The Sims 4 from the back. We've got so much going on here. Honestly, I feel like I could still add more, which I might. We've got a music area in there, our pool area, dining over there. We could probably add like even more stuff. There's even a bar, chess tables, our hot tub, gambling area. And this is what it looks like from the front. Of course, complete with our willow trees. I moved the debug one to the back so we could have the big full ones here in the front. So much landscaping in this build, all complete with our little gold lucky gnomes. Let me know any room ideas you guys have for this build. Anything you want to see in here, I will definitely be checking the comments for that. Think expensive, extra, and let me know how much you think the final total of this house will be. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.